Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Library of Babel. Alrighty, so we're back on that grind set, and our mindset is ready to get through everything the game throws at us, ideally. So, two things. Number one, the mod updated, so a couple things might be different. We will see. That's something to make note of, by the way. The mod updates quite frequently, so it would be wise to write down the exact place that you install the mod, because chances are you're going to have to replace the files a lot. But what I'm intending on doing in this one is... let me see. I'm going to attempt to get... we're going to try to do some general receptions. However, I don't think it's actually going to let us. No, it's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't do that until Urban Myth. Unfortunate. Alright, well, let's go ahead and just try again then. This reception is so hard. We'll give it an honest go, though. Let's see. So we'll turn that on. Let's see what you got. Rampage. Oh, double Rampage opener. Ooh. Oh, you hate to see that. Also, I was told that apparently there is a bit of a soft cap as far as protection goes. So, for example, if... Nah, I don't know the exact math. I'm not going to pretend that I understand. Effectively, though, if you have 10 stacks of protection, you're only taking 50% reduced damage. So, I would imagine the hard cap is like 10, and then the soft cap is probably at like 3 or 4, if I had to guess. Do I know that? No, I don't fully understand how it works, but just passing on the information, you know how it is. We have to try and counter the Rampage, unfortunately, otherwise we're just going to get instantly dunked on. It looks like it didn't help us much anyway. Okay, well, that's a quick restart if I've ever seen one. Oh, this reception is so brutal, man. Oh, wow. Wow! Double Rampage again! Alright, well, Roland is beyond dead. Alright, here's the strategy that I'm thinking of. I think we have to send out Malkuth first. Reason being, Malkuth has the Explodey passive, and also does chip damage with the burn. So honestly, I think that's kind of the only way that we're gonna get through this, is by doing... like, chip damage, and then hoping that it's enough in the next stage. Okay. Oh, our defensive die doesn't even end up working, unfortunately for us. Yeah, that hurts. Maybe we'll get one kill? Nope. Best run so far. We actually managed to get through the entirety of the first stage without losing anybody. So, ideally, we're gonna be able to make it through this. Okay, double, you only live once. We're gonna go for Blood, because Roland has a lot more health. I'm just gonna go for Commandering, and then we'll go for a second one, guarantee the kill. Hey. Okay, we're going into the next stage with all 4 characters alive. Not necessarily in the best state of health, but alive. Yum, yum, yum. Hooray! Okay. Now, I mean, they're all threatening. I almost want to say McCullen has to go first. I don't know. Nauki and Tayan are both their own level of threat. Well, they're all going for Roland. Let's try and reduce the rampage damage. And then let's double dip with the amount of damage we're doing. Okay. Not terrible as far as clashes go. Roland lives, and he doesn't get staggered. We almost stagger McCullen. Okay, we could get a guaranteed stagger on him. And then potentially even get a kill. Ooh. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's try and weaken their numbers. If it's 2 versus 2, I'm confident. Okay, Roland does go down. Oh, 22 damage to McCullen. It's not enough. Let's see. We're actually the fastest. So you know what? Try and guarantee the kill. Because we're the fastest. So close! 5 health! Okay, so it's still a 3v2, but we've almost got Big Man down. Here we go. Okay, so we do need to play this a little bit carefully. So, Moo, I want you to go for Rampage against Tayan. Just to try and reduce that amount of damage that you're taking. And then we're going to go Commandering. And then we're just going to have to tank that, unfortunately. Okay, not the best clash in the world. Really bad start. Okay, Big Man is down. It's now just a 2v2. We'll give this to Malkuth, because she has the most health. Okay, neither one of you are going for her. Rampage. Let's see, you're gonna heal. Okay. You only live once. And then let's go for Struggle. We could just go for Rampage. You know what? Let's go for Struggle. Okay, big damage on Naoki. Okay, good clash. Malkuth takes a tiny bit of damage. That's fine. Okay, you're both going for Moo. Okay, we can basically ignore that. So let's go for Overpower. And then let's go for just a regular charge up because we can't do much else. Ouch. Okay, we get a stagger. That is absolutely huge. We're going to give this to Moo. Okay, let's see. Rampage might get through that. And then we're going to go for Commander. That way we get Naoki out. Okay. We are bleeding, so Moo is unfortunately going to go down. Oddly, though, he decided not to take an action. I guess he just ran out of light. We're gonna go for You Only Live Once, just to try and, like, get as much damage as possible. Okay, we end up getting a stagger, and he dies to burn. Oh... Dude, this reception was brutal. Hook Office was a massive power spike. I think this has taken me close to 10 tries. This has been really brutal. Let's see. This guy's Yesod from floor 2. Wow, I wonder if that means we get a new floor. It does! Wow! And we've also become an urban myth. Nice. They do not have the time to think about the terror at the end of the song, before the setting of the sun.
Hey, do you know about the distortion thing?
No. Yesard has joined the fray. By the way, sorry my voice sounds a little bit weird. I tried a couple times yesterday for me, and it's now a new day, so I'm still kind of... Okay, I'm weird. TLDR. When I wake up, for like the first hour and a half that I'm awake, my voice is just gone. It doesn't matter what I do, it's just gone. That being said, though, let's go ahead and burn some books, making sure that we have at least one of all of them. Let's see. Okay. Yay. Oh, man. Yeah, this reception was no joke. You can now send general invitations. Wow. Alright. Well, let's just continue along. Hey, who's that? Now it's time for everybody's favorite chef, Pierre. I have a feeling this is gonna suck. Oh, you have a third wheel. I feel like that's new. Alright, Pierre. 100 health, 65 stagger resist, normal, 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 fatal, fatal, normal. You deal 30% more damage, you take 10% more damage. At emotion level 3, you get +1 speed die. Oh boy. Instant cooking. On hit, gain 1 plus target's bleed by 3 to a max of 3 appetite. On kill, consume 1... Wait. Consume 1 at maximum. So you consume 1 appetite based on your own health missing. I'm a little bit confused on the wording of that. 1 max, HP missing by 15 appetite. So, hang on. So you restore 1 plus HP missing by 15 appetite. Recover 15 plus appetite consumed HP and gain appetite consumed by 5, maximum of 2, damage up for 2 scenes. Butcherism. +1 bleed through pages if owner gave appetite through pages this scene, and +1 appetite through pages if owner inflicted bleed through pages this scene. On enemy stagger, gain 5 appetite. On hit, if target is staggered, once per target per scene, inflict 1 bind to them. Double appetite. On use, restore 1 light. On hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene and gain 1 appetite. And then double cooking prep. On hit, inflict 3 bleed next scene and gain 3 appetite. Double cruelty. On hit, inflict appetite by 2, maximum of 6 bleed. Double ingredient hunt. On use, give 2 appetite to all allies with appetite. On hit, inflict 2 bind next scene. On hit, inflict 2 bleed next scene and gain 2 appetite. And I can cook anything. On use, consume 10, maximum of 30, appetite for +1 dice power, oh boy, and damage. On hit, inflict 1 bleed. On kill, recover, appetite consumed by 2, HP. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis and fragile. On hit, gain 3 appetite and recover 3% max HP, and then do it again. Jack. Emergency rations. Upon taking lethal damage, consume all appetite to recover appetite by 2 HP at the end of each scene. If owner dealt damage this scene, recover 2 HP and gain 2 appetite. And then butcherism is the same. Double appetite, double keep it fresh. On hit, inflict 2 bleed next scene and gain 2 appetite. Trim the ingredients. On hit, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 3. No, on use, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 3 bleed. Oh man, reading. The bane of every Runa player. And triple ingredient hunt. And then random Backstreets Butcher, who has emergency rations as well. And then roughly the same pages. So we can only use one floor, so I guess let's just bring our general one? Alright, let us hope for the best. So, as far as dice power, they're not, like, crazy strong. Okay, I think we have to go for Pierre first. I think that's definitely just the play. And we're gonna totally ignore you and just double dip on Pierre. We do have a lot of health to go through, so ideally... Okay, that's not too bad. The reason I don't want to go for Jack first is because he's going to recover, and so is the random Backstreets Butcher as well, so there's kind of not a huge reason to go for them. They're all going for Roland, which is a little bit unfortunate. Someone outside is revving their motorcycle as loudly as possible. I apologize. Okay, Endure working out relatively nicely for us, all things considered. Okay, Charge Up is going to buff us with paralysis as well as restore some light. We're going to go for Pale Hands on Sally because right now she is the healthier one. Let's see, you're going for me. Although, truthfully, I'm just going to ignore you. And then I am a little bit worried about these hits, but again, I think I'm just going to ignore both of you. Ooh, we almost get Pierre out of the question. Okay, Roland does get staggered, although they're not doing percent missing health, so that's going to be really, really nice. She decides to go for I can cook anything when he's staggered. Oh, that is not good. Tell you what, we're going to go for Dried Up, and that should finish her off. And then our evade die should keep us safe against the Backstreets Butcher. Oh, I think Roland is dead. No, he's still fine, actually. Ah, our evade die did not keep us safe, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to start going for Mr. Man in the back here. We're going to go for Commander. I'm pretty sure that we could take Pierre out, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, we'll go for Enduring. That way we get a guaranteed hit, and ideally it gets a stagger. She is weak to blunt, so I think it'll be enough. Okay, pretty good damage in the back. And we do take Pierre out. Okay, we're going to go for Wrist Cutter on Mr. Rolando, because I'm feeling really, really safe right about now. Let's go for Commander against Jack. And then we'll go for Commander against the Backstreets Butcher as well. Dude, this fight is so much easier. Oh my goodness. Like, the difficulty spike was practically vertical, and now it is all but fallen completely back down to the ground. We're going to guarantee the passive proc on the Butcher. Ouch. Okay, 29 damage. And there's the passive. Only 6 health, technically, remaining. So I think we should manage to get through him relatively easily. I'm going to go for Endure, so we get a guaranteed hit. It should be enough to kill, and then we're going to try and defend ourselves against Jack with Endure, so that we apply a little bit of paralysis. Okay, Butcher's down. Jack is going to be weakened this next turn, which is going to make life a lot easier. We're going to have Sally try and block him. Ooh, but he's real fast. So we're going to go for Commandering, and then we're going to go for Endure. Okay, unfortunately we don't block either of his attacks, but we do manage to get the stagger. So, depending on the damage rolls, we should be able to proc his passive, although it doesn't look that's really going to happen. Okay, that's fine. At the very least, we got a bit of our light back, and he still has paralysis and a bit of damage down. So we're going to go for You Only Live Once, twice, and that should proc it. Okay. It did not. But with the amount of paralysis he has, he's all but completely doomed for doing any major damage to us. Okay, we should have the kill this scene. This should be it. Commander and Commander. You're done. Nice. That was 200 times easier than Hook Office. That is insane how far down the difficulty just fell. And now they're all gonna be ours. Dude, Jack has so much health. Goodness. It is my turn to do an abnormality. Behold. So, Mr. Yesard is just using Jack's page with basically all the new pages we just got. Okay, so your passives. Deal double stagger damage on successful attacks. All dice lose 4 power when the character has status effects. Okay, so it relatively the same. Okay, that's good to know. I think I could get away with just keeping it fresh. Okay, now you have a status effect, so therefore, you should be real weak. So I'm gonna go for trim the ingredients. Okay, you still have a status effect. Only issue with that is you're now going for metallic ringing. Okay, you do have -4 power though, so I'm gonna do keep it fresh, because you should only be rolling like 1 to 3, so I think we guarantee dodge every time. Oh, that worked out really nice. I can cook anything. Jeez. Yeah, I think you can tell where the balance is base game compared to here, because holy, we just mowed through him. That's a new abnormality. How nice! Metallic ringing. On blunt hit, 1 times per target per scene, burst, tremor, and inflict 3 tremor and 1 paralysis, and stagger damage down next scene. Chained Wrath. Single ally, +1 blunt dice power, -3 speed. On blunt win, gain 1 blunt damage up and inflict 2 tremor. On blunt hit, once per target per scene, burst, tremor 1 time. And violence. +1 max roll value. -40% to +80%, proportional to closeness to max roll value, final stagger damage. Oh, I see. So if you low roll, you deal basically no stagger damage, but if you high roll, you deal almost double. Okay. On max roll hit, inflict 3 tremor, and if it's a blunt die, burst tremor. That's significantly easier to understand than freaking Ashes was at first. And now we welcome to the team, Ori. Now, 2 things. Ori has black hair. I know it is ridiculously hard to see, but trust me, it is black long hair. It's just really hard to tell. Also, it was requested that Ori had a smirk. Issue, there really isn't any smirks. Like, I was looking, maybe a couple of these would work, but, this one could be okay. I don't know. But we're gonna keep this for now. and I'll just mess around with it later. Primary build focus is all about debuffing, so it is a pretty simple build. A little bit of paralysis, a little bit of bleed, and a little bit of fragile. Overall, it is a decent enough start. Also, I don't know if I ever showed Mumu's dialogue and everything, so here you go. 3, 2, 1. And we are going to be showing everyone's dialogue, as well as all their cosmetics and stuff, because everyone gets their time in the spotlight. Overall, our builds are very, very simple right now. We still don't have passive attribution, and we also don't have a lot of gifts just yet. But we're making use with what we have. Malkuth is using Consta's page. A little bit of paralysis helps. Mumu is using Tayen. Because, I mean, execute damage. Very, very powerful. Yesod is using Jack because, hey, we need someone who's a little bit tanky, and we don't have Netzach yet. Ori, of course, is a bit of a debuff all-rounder build. Mr. Roland is basically just pure paralysis. And Sally is pure paralysis as well. Yeah, we don't have too much variety right now, but that's alright. It'll get better. Now, we can do a couple general receptions as well, but we have to get through a few more receptions first to be able to do them all. I'm pretty sure. We're going to bring Yesod's floor out for this one, and we're up against the Streetlight office. San. Calmness. On clash win, +1 next die max roll value. Oh, you made it a guarantee. That's really nice. Midnight work. On defensive lose, gain 1 endurance next scene, once per 2 scenes. Oh, wow. Okay. On defensive win or draw, inflict 1 plus endurance by 2, max of 3, burn. So, it's kind of like Blockma, but with burn instead of flat damage. Okay. Gather intel. On use, recover 1% of max HP, and on hit, inflict 1 burn. Fleet Footsteps. On hit, inflict 2 burn. On clash win, up to twice, recover 2% of max HP. Wow. Well, I can think of a certain viewer build that would really want that. Double handling work. On use, draw 1 page. On clash win, +3 next die's max roll value. Then do it again, and then on clash win, inflict 2 burn. Double Silent Night. On use, gain 2 endurance next scene. On clash win, inflict 1 burn, and on hit, inflict 2 burn and 1 burn. Mars. Oh, also, weak, normal, 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 fatal, fatal. And he also takes 20% reduced damage. I need to remember to look at this one. Mars. Endured, normal, 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 normal. He deals 10% more stagger damage and takes 10% less talent. +1 dice power of first die in page, and +1 damage, stagger damage, and deflect damage at a speed advantage. Double gather intel, double deflect. On clash win, inflict 2 burn. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis, and on hit, inflict 1 burn. Double prepared mind. On clash win, gain 1 endurance next scene. On hit, inflict 2 burn. Fleet Footsteps, and non-stop assault. On use, restore 1 light. On clash win, +2 next die power, +2 next die power, and inflict 3 burn. I like how... and I don't know why some pages do this, but it's like, it's a 3 cost, but it gives you 1 light back, so technically it's a 2 cost. And Lulu. Weak, normal, normal, endured. She deals 10% more damage and takes 10% less. Flaming Bat. On hit, inflict number of consecutive scenes with hits versus enemy max of 4. Burn, and gain number of consecutive scenes with hits versus enemy by 2, max of 2. Burn. So basically, as long as you keep hitting them, you're inflicting a ton of burn. Gotcha. double gather intel, double taste my flaming bat. On Clash Win, +2 next die power, on hit inflict 3 burn. Set fire. On hit inflict 4 burn and gain 2 burn up to twice. And non-stop assault. Here we go. It is time now. It's time to destroy them all. Okay, so what do we think is the most dangerous thing here? I want appetite. Let's go for keep it fresh. Then let's trim the ingredients because it gives us a chance to dodge the other 2 attacks. Pretty good. Okay, not a very good clash, and then we do take a little bit of burn. Violence. Let's see. Let's go for violence on Ori. Okay. Pretty spooky one coming, so we're going to try and dodge all of that. Then, Mr. Yesod, you're definitely not getting through that first die. So let's just hit Mars instead. Okay, unfortunately it doesn't seem like that worked out at all. We're definitely not winning enough of these clashes, so damage is all but non-existent right now. You have +2 endurance, but I think we should be able to get through that with an overpower. And you're going full aggressive, so I'm gonna go for taste the ingredients to try and keep ourselves a little bit safe. Alright, I see that that worked out very well. So far, we have gotten exactly 0 appetite. We're gonna go for metallic ringing on Ori, because right now she's the only one who can do anything. Ooh, and you both, or rather he, has double speed die. Quite dangerous right now. Let's see, you're only hitting us with a tiny bit. So we're gonna go for you only live once. And we're just gonna try and do some damage to San. Okay, Yasad will be alive for now. Ooh, that burn. That burn. Now 2 of you have double speed die. Ooh, oh boy. Could go for appetite just to try and get a bunch of health back. I actually think we're gonna do that. And then we're going to attempt to get a kill right here. If we do trim the ingredients, I don't think that'll be enough. So this should guarantee a stagger. Yes, sir. Okay, I can cook anything doing okay amounts of damage. Yesod, unfortunately, is going to die to burn. Or he's not? I think he recovered just enough health, or the passive went off from emergency rations. Either he healed enough, or it went off. I'm not sure how he's still alive. We'll understand that a bit later, I think. I also don't know if we have the opportunity to get multiple other floors. I'm gonna go for trim the ingredients just to try and guarantee a kill. You're not hitting me especially hard, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of paralysis to charge up. Okay, Yesod does go down. We don't manage to get staggered. We almost take out San, but it's just not quite enough. Oh, and you all have 2 speed dice, so unfortunately, I think we are giga dead here. But we do manage to make San retreat. Now, I don't think we actually get his book because he retreats, though. We might have to do some general receptions. I'm sensing another difficulty spike has arrived. Also, you know, I most likely didn't play it perfectly, but It's not over. It just isn't good. Let's bring Malkuth. Burn on burn. Also, they lost their extra speed die. Interesting. Okay, well that gives us a little bit of time to make do. Lulu right now is the lower health one, so I'm just going to go all in on her. Okay, the bleed will help us out a lot. Okay, now they have all their speed dice, so that is definitely scary. Unfortunately, Moo is out of light, so he's not able to do anything right now. We'll go for Endure, although I'm not confident that it's going to win. Ouch. Yeah, I think right now our dice power just isn't quite as strong as theirs. Not to mention they get to attack twice, and we don't. We're gonna go for You Only Live Once. And then I'm gonna go for Overpower to inflict a lot of bleed. Ooh, You Only Live Once was countered, and Overpower didn't even manage to fully go through. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the fight. I was hoping we could take Lulu out as well, but, oh, losing those clashes was so bad. We could go for Rampage. You know what? I'm going to. We're going to try and get it. Not enough to stagger. Oh, and Rampage isn't quite enough. Huh. I feel like we should have won a lot more of those clashes than we did. The Backstreets Butchers. Now, I am a little bit curious why we would want to go after these early ones, because these early ones don't really have a lot of stuff, but I mean, hey, every little bit counts. Emergency rations, all pages we've seen. Emergency rations, all pages we've seen. And same deal. And we do have multiple floors, so we're just going to try and take them out. I'm going to go for Struggle. Then, you know what? I'm going to open up with You Only Live Once. Okay, relatively hard hit. It also gives us a little bit of paralysis to work with next scene for Malkuth. Let's see. I'm going to go for regular charge up. And then I'm just going to go for Rampage and soak the damage. Oh, charge up unfortunately does not work out for us. Okay, Rampage. Getting us halfway to a stagger. We're going to put Ashes on Moo. We could just go for a regular thrust. And I think that's what we're going to do. Actually, go for thrust right here. And then Malkuth, I want you to try and not take too much damage if you can. Little bit of protection. Next scene, thrust, almost getting us a stagger. That would have been extremely helpful. Malkuth also manages to not be staggered though, so that does help. We're gonna go for the Rampage again, try and get a kill. And then we're gonna try and deflect right here with Endure. So this should get us a stagger. And then we block this die while also getting a stagger here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, yeah. That went exactly how I wanted it to. Whew. Okay, now we're going to go for time for a little test. 2 to 5, 2 to 6. There is a fair chance that we beat it. You're going for a relatively hard hit, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to go for Commandering just to try and take this Butcher out. Okay, we almost get a stagger. Butcher does not go down. Ooh, and unfortunately we do not block that first die. It felt like it was shaping up to be really, really good. Unfortunately, it did not quite follow through. 3-6, 2-6. Let's attempt to overpower. There is a small chance that Malkuth dies. Luckily, she didn't. Okay, foot falls. Malkuth is all but immediately going to set this off. So I'll tell you what. Let's set it off on the upper one. And then we'll go for Rampage on the lower one. I thought he was dead, but apparently he's not. The UI seems to be freaking out just a little bit. Okay, struggle doesn't fully work out for us. That's fine. We're going to go for a Rampage and just try and brute force him down with damage. The burn is helping, but we're very quickly running out of resources. So we just have to go for a thrust. It's not going to work as far as clashing goes, but the extra burn did cause the passive to go off. And now that we have 2 light, we can go for time for a little test. And blow up and win. I didn't think we were in the health threshold to explode. So I think we would have won with the clash by itself, but the explosion guaranteed it. Now we're up against more hook fixers. They all have identical passives. So we can expect a lot of damage being done. Hopefully, we'll be able to just brute force them down, but we saw how that went last time, so I'm not holding my breath. Okay, I do think we want to Zerg them down effectively. You know what? What if I just went for I can cook anything? It actually rolls a lot lower. You know what? We're gonna try. Ouch. Okay, double clash. We'll go for violence on Yesod. Oh, multi-hit. I didn't realize that you guys had slightly different pages. So, multi-hit. On Clash Twin, +2 next die power. On hit, deal 3 tremor. Deal 3 tremor stagger damage, and deal 2 tremor stagger damage. Okay, then I'm gonna go for Keep It Fresh to try and avoid that. And then you're more injured, so I'm gonna go for You're Too Slow and hope for the best. Okay, very good. Very, very good. That was practically a perfect turn. We're gonna go for Metallic Ringing on Ori. Let's see. You guys are trying to recover a bunch of health. You know what? If we do You Only Live Once, it gains +1 minimum. I think we have a stagger here. I think. We're gonna ignore you, and we're gonna come for you instead. Let's go with cooking prep and hope for the best. Okay, very, very good. You get a little bit of haste next scene. That's fine. You Only Live Once. Unfortunately, does not get us a stagger, how I was hoping it would. But we're not staggered ourselves, so if we go for it again, we're going to win that clash. Ooh, double Rampage coming down. We could trim the ingredients and hope for the best. Honestly, I think that's our only option right now. Ouch. Okay, we get that stagger. We avoided a fair amount of damage on Yesod, so that certainly wasn't a bad turn. You're both going for Ori. We're gonna get staggered no matter what, so I'm gonna go for the one with the reduced stagger resist. And then Yesod, let's do some bleed, so he might take himself out while also giving ourselves a little bit of appetite. Okay, second stagger going down. We were all but guaranteed to get staggered on Ori, so that's fine. Okay, Ori unfortunately seems like she is going to go down. Actually, unless we go for him... It's kind of, do we want to try and get a kill, or do we want to defend Ori? I think you'll live if I ignore the quick attack. We gotta play it safe. Okay, keep it fresh, doing a little bit of damage. Quick attack, doing significantly more damage than I thought it was going to, though. Chained Wrath. All three of you are going for Ori again, so apparently you have some kind of problem. All of our blunt die is a bit stronger. Issue. Could go for trim the ingredients, actually. Then we could try and reduce a tiny bit of damage by going trim the ingredients. Bah! We do get a little bit of debuffs. Unfortunately, Ori does go down. Yes, do you think you could take one of them out before going down yourself? Let's find out. If you can, you are going to get a huge heal. So let's get you. We'll get healed. You'll barely do any damage, and then you're gonna hurt. Okay, that does heal us, but we do get staggered. So even though we get healed, we're dead. We do get a second floor, though, so if nothing else, we've actually put ourselves in a very winnable position. So let's try and make it work. Sally, you're gonna go for Commander, and Mr. Rolando, you are going to go for You Only Live Once to try and sneak out a cheeky kill. It did not work. GC, I really started noticing it during the Pierre and Jack fight, but man, the health pools are crazy. These fights feel very, very long. Oh, and unfortunately we do get clashed against. So that hook fixer manages to survive with a single point of health. Oh, that is quickly becoming a trend that I don't like. Okay, he does go down now, though, but you managed to restore a little bit of health. We're gonna get 2 strength for the next scene. Yeah, I've already been warned that enemies apparently go into the thousands later, so I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous about that, if that's true. And honestly, so far, I'm kind of inclined to believe it. Because, for example, even the amount of health that our characters have, in base Ruina, it's kind of hard to get around the 120 mark for the most point. But we already have multiple pages in late Canard that are in the hundreds. So, the health pools are going to get out of control. What is really, really nice, though, is, dude, the battle symbol buffs are so nice. Like, look at this. From these 2 battle symbols, Ironclad and Unskilled, that's +2 health, +2 stagger resist. That on its own is ridiculously good. However, Hot-Blooded Brawler, +6 health. Twinkling Analyst, which is normally +2, is +4. We don't have the Black Hood yet, but when we get that, it'll probably be like +2/+2 if I had to guess. I like it. I like buffs to the battle symbols because the battle symbols in the base game are kind of lame. Like being able to sneak out 12 health, I think, is the most that I've managed. It's not bad. Plus 12 health is certainly nothing to shake a stick at, so to speak, but it's, you know, a little lackluster. Meanwhile, it's like, yes, we have barely any battle symbols, and we're getting 8 health and 6 stagger resist. Yes, yes. So I'm definitely a huge fan of that. Now, I don't know if there's any other general receptions that we can take on, so I think we're just gonna have to try and get through the Streetlight office. I think we can do it. I think we just have to play it really good. I'm also gonna adjust our build slightly. Here we go. Overpower. Ow. Ooh, absolutely awful. Dude, we gotta win these rolls. Oh, not good. Not good at all. That leaves real bad. Real bad for us. Okay. I think the safest thing to do is just to index Mars down for now. Because we gotta get at least one of them down before they all start getting double dice. Because the instant that happens, we are all but dead. Which it looks like Mars has already accomplished it. Setfire is gonna come down, so we do have to worry about that. He isn't going to do anything particularly damaging. So I'll tell you what. This will give us +2 dice power. So let's just go for big damage. Okay. Double dodge. Great. We get a little bit of bleed damage. Mars is roughly half health. We're going to go for metallic ringing. Okay, we are getting progress. If we could get Mars down before we swap floors, that would be ideal. Mars is currently the fastest one on the field, so we're going to go for You Only Live Once. And then Yesod, you are going to go for Keep It Fresh. Okay, pretty good amount of damage on Mars. We are basically sacrificing a floor to just try and take one person out, which isn't incredible. It's definitely not my favorite play that I've ever done, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, now, unfortunately, we could try and clash Mars, but then Lulu is going to hit us first, because she has a higher speed. Well, actually, we have... How does the math work on this? I think we go first? Let's try. Okay, we do end up going first. So, Mars takes, honestly, more damage from bleed than he does us. We get staggered, and Ori goes down to burn. It's... honestly, it's not a lot of damage, but, we did almost get Mars down completely. Okay, Yesod actually survives. Okay, Mars is still the fastest one on the field, so I say we have to go for a clash against him. We will try to keep it fresh, which completely fails. Okay, let me think. We could go for the double execute in Malchus' floor. Or we could go for the double appetite with the general floor. I think we're going to go for the double execute. Especially because, worst case, we can just blow ourselves up. Okay, San is going for big damage straight away. Little bit spooky, not the end of the world. Malkuth, you're just going to go for Rampage straight away and hope for the best. Let's hope that execute damage works as well for us as it does for the enemies. Okay, not much damage being done to us, so we're able to walk that off relatively well. This is going to hurt, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Dried Up. And then I I don't want to soak the damage, but we have to get at least one of them down. All these double dice are really, really not good for us. We could go for dried up and try and prevent some damage. It's mainly the burn, though. Okay, let's try and prevent a little bit of damage. Okay. Even though we don't take a lot of immediate damage, that burn is going to add up really, really fast. We do have 2 strength to work with on Moo. I'm gonna go for ashes. Okay, all of us have 2 strength. Is it going to be enough? I'm not feeling like it will be. We'll go for rampage on Lulu. And then we'll go for rampage on Mars. Okay, absolutely colossal amounts of damage being done, though. There is a world where we can actually walk out of this and be totally fine. Mars goes down to burn. Moo I thought was still alive, but apparently I was wrong. And unfortunately, Malkuth is going to explode. So goodbye. And Lulu died, but didn't die, so we did not get her page. What's the... on it? Okay, if we open up with Malkuth's floor and abuse the explosion, I think that's how we do this. Time to test a theory. We don't have the explosion yet, but we are about to get it. Ideally. Will we survive long enough? I don't know. I'm gonna try and prevent a little bit of damage that Lulu is about to do. And then we could rampage just to try and get some damage on Mars. Okay, really good rolls. We are burning a little bit. Rampage is gonna help us out, though. So they will take a little bit of bleed, and here's footfalls. And I'm pretty sure both are going to go off. So this will do big damage to Mars. And then let's blow up on Lulu. Okay, 31. Oh, but Malkuth isn't able to explode. Oh, so that's a ton of missed damage because she wasn't able to go first. Dang. Okay, because of the revival passive, I think we're gonna try the general floor. They are all fairly weakened, but it's not great. Let's try and prevent some damage with double commander. Okay, not too terribly much damage being done, but the big thing is we're going to be taking a lot less. We're going to go for Wrist Cutter on Roland. Okay, now the scary part. Let's go for Commander again. And then... So we only get to consume Appetite if we have 10. So 10 to 30 is what we can consume. But if we don't have 10, it's not going to do anything. Okay, pretty big attacks are coming through. So let's just try and reduce some damage. It did not work. Okay, a bit more protection is going to be nice, though. Nobody gets staggered. Okay, a lot of burn damage coming down. Ooh. I think we just have to go for I Can Cook Anything, just to try and get the damage down. Okay, those aren't too crazy as far as rolls go. Let's try and burst Mars down. Wow, okay, we failed all 3 clashes. And then we get staggered, and we're practically dead to burn on Sally.
Well, I gotta tell you, once again, we appear to have hit a wall.
I understand what we need to do, but I think what we need to do is we need to abuse the execute passive while also managing to get multiple explosions off with Malkuth. Now, I might be splitting my focus a little bit too much. I think we just have to go full Scorched Earth index, but do it after we have gotten the footfalls. Like, play it normally, just kind of clash against them, survive for the most part, and then when we have footfalls, choose someone who we basically are designating as the person to die. I think that's what this is going to come down to, because those double dice, we can't kill them fast enough before they all get double dice. Mars guaranteed gets it first, just because of his passive, I guess. And then who's the second biggest threat? Mars is the biggest threat by far. Lulu is probably second biggest, and then San is probably the third. So, priority... I mean, technically, I would be okay with exploding Lulu first, just because she does significantly more burn, whereas Mars just does more damage overall. That's a tough one. Either way. That's definitely a lost fight. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And in the next one, we are going to be continuing on and getting a lot of progress. It definitely feels like it's my first time playing Ruina again, because... And we're hitting roadblock after roadblock. To be fair, though, level 6 out of 8 for Urban Myth, considering we just got to it, isn't bad at all. But, you know. And, by the way, don't worry. Everyone who has suggested a character is still going to get them, as well as anyone else who still wants to suggest a character. We're just, obviously, progressing quite slowly, so character income is a bit slow. Oh, also, one more thing, before we fully end it. Some people didn't know that you could do this, but if you click on a character, any character, you go to Librarian Info, and you go to Customize Librarian, and then Appearance Projection, you can actually change what they're wearing without having to change their key page. So, some of you guys didn't know that you could do that, so I thought I would just very quickly say that you can. But yeah, that's, I call it transmogging. It's appearance projection. The reason I call it transmogging is because I played World of Warcraft most of my life, and whenever there's anything remotely close to it in any game, that's just what I call it, so. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And in the next one, hopefully we're finally able to put some passives on and customize our builds a little bit more. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.